So I'm Abby Clark, and I'm a marriage and family therapist. So as a marriage and family therapist, I work with couples, families, and maybe surprisingly, individuals. And the way that I approach, or the lens through which I view my clients, is a systemic or relational lens. Because I think we all know, none of us operate in isolation. We all are impacted and shaped by relationships. So when I work with a client, I like to investigate and just discover more about how relationships have impacted them. So what was your family of origin? What were messages you received? What role did you play within your family? All of those things really profoundly impact who we become. So as a marriage and family therapist, I look at people mainly through a relational lens. Anytime that there is a big transition in life, it can be helpful to seek out therapy. So think going off to college, having a new baby, empty nesters, retirement, maybe the loss of a loved one, because transitions really bring up a lot of questions of identity. Who am I now? It can impact our relationships. Think of a couple having a new baby, and it's like we both have very different roles now, you and your partner, and so you have to learn, what does that look like now for us relationally? There can be a loss of a past lifestyle. So someone going into retirement used to wake up at the same time every day. They'd work hard all day and then come home. And now there's really a loss of that lifestyle and a need to kind of embrace a new one. So figuring out those new rhythms, that is a major part when you go through transitions in life of a good spot to come and meet with a therapist and just work through some of those issues. So first, I would say, well done. Way to be brave and courageous, because seeking therapy can be a scary thing if you've never done it before. So first, I just want to say, well done. And then second, I would say, find a therapist that you really, really feel safe and you connect with. And that can take some time. The reason being is if you don't feel safe or you don't really feel like you can be yourself, it's going to be hard for you really to open up and get at what you want to get at. Research shows that about 30% of successful outcomes has to do with that client-therapist alliance. So don't be afraid to take time to find a therapist that really fits well with you. And then last, I would say, be curious. Be ready to ask yourself, why do I do what I do? What makes me act that way in that situation? Or what comes up inside my body when I'm being yelled at? It's easy for us to start to think, I know everything about myself, but to really go into therapy well, you want to be curious.